3. Now this one, we want to do it straight up division without even going to convert to base 10, and then do the division, then converting it back. And this has to do with long division. Now, of course, this thing means that the denominator is dividing the numerator. This is what we have. Good. You know what long division is? The one that we are dividing should be inside, and the one dividing is outside. Right? Now, this is 10201 dividing 1222. If it is in normal base 10, this is 10,201, while this is 1,222. You see that this one is bigger than this one. So in normal long division, if this one goes in this one, it won't go. So we put 0 here, 0 point, and then we add 0 to this one. This is 1. We add 0 to this one. Now, of course, we know that in long division, what we do here is we use this one, divide this one. We know it will have remainder. When we divide this one with this one, that whole number we get, we put it here, and then multiply it with this one, get a value here, subtract, and then continue. But now, the way it is, this is in base 3. So look at the thing we will do. We need to, starting from the base is base 3. We need to get a number. Starting from the base below, use 3, use 2, use 1. We need to get a number that when we multiply with this number, what we will get here will be less than this one. Of course, that number should be here. This is when you multiply it with this one, you get a number. We're looking for a number that will be here. And to get the number, we use the bases below. From the base below is 3, 2, and 1. And that means what we are going to do before that we look for 10201 multiplied by, let's start with 3. This is the base. Now, 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Then, because it is in base 3, then 3 will go in 3 is 1, 1 remainder nothing. Write 0, hold that 1. 3 times 0 is 0, but that one you are holding, you write it down. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 and 6 is 2, 2 remainder 0. You write 0, hold the 2. 3 times 0 is 0. For that you write the 2. Then 3 times 1 is 3. 3, 3 and 3 is 0, 0. Remainder 1. That one has nothing to do with it. You write 101. Now looking at this number now, this number and this number, which one is bigger? You see that this one is bigger. This one is how many digit number? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice that this one, if it is in base 10, this one is 102,000. Yeah, 102,010. While this one is 12,220. So 3 did not go. So we multiply again. 102. 3 did not go. So this one is cancelled. That one did not go. 12001. Then we try with 2. Like I told you, from base down. This is 10201. Remember it is in base 3. We try with 2. Now 2 times 1 is 2. Of course, nothing to divide. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 and 4 is one whole number, remainder 1. 1, remainder 1. Then 3 times 0 is 0. Plus that 1, 1. Then 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 and am I saying 3? 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 and 4 is 1, remainder 1. Write that 1. Then 2 times 0 is 0. But that remainder, write it 1. Then 2 times 1 is 2. Now let's see. This is now 21,102 if it is in base 2. But this is still 12,220. That means this one is still bigger than this one. So 2 did not go. Now, of course, we know if you use 1, if you multiply by 1, we still get the same thing. Okay, let's assume that we multiply by 1. Because if you put 1 here, if you use 1 to multiply all these things, you will still get all these things. So what do we use? We used 1. We used the what? 1. And then 1 times this will still give you this, which is still 10201. And then when you subtract, remember 0 minus 1 cannot be done, because 0, this is nothing. You cannot subtract 1 from nothing. So you take 1 from here, and remember, if you are taking 1, you are taking 3. 3 plus 0, this is 3. We already have 3 here. Then 3 minus 1, we have 2. I have to fill this in. 2. And then we've already taken 1 out of this thing. We are left with 1. 1 minus 0 is still 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. Right. So we have 2012. Now, this one, if you use this one to divide this one, that's just this long division. Use this one to divide this one, it can't go. So what do? We add another 0 here. Now, we need to get the number again. What we are supposed to do is use this one, divide this one, get a number here. So we will look for, from that same base again, we look for a number that when we multiply, what we get will give us something less than this one. Now, if we look at when we multiply it with 2, 2 is 21,000. If it is at base 10, it is 21,102. But this is 20,120, which means that if you multiply with 2, it will be bigger than this one. And the only available option is still 1. So we believe that we use 1 for the second time. So 1 times this thing will give us this thing. 10201. And then when we subtract 3, plus 0 cannot go. Carry 1 here. 3 minus 1 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 minus 2 cannot be done. We carry 1 here, which is 3, which is here 3. Take that 3 again. Take that 1 out of it. Put here 3 plus 1, 4. Then 4 minus 2 is 2. Of course, we know we have 2 here already from the one we borrowed here. 2. Then 2 minus 0 is 2. 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So that one is gone. Now look at this one. This is again that this cannot go in this because we are aware of long division. So we add another 0. Now we have to look for another number here. And when we multiply it, we get a number less than this one. Now let's look at these ones now. If it is normal, this is 22,120, right? But when we multiply it with 2, we have 21,102. But this one is, when we multiply it with 3, we have 102,000. So this one is far bigger. So we go with this one, which is when we multiply it by 2. So what is the number that should be here? Is 2. Then 2 multiplied by this will give us this, which is 21,102, right? And then when we subtract 3 minus 2, have 1. What is here is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. This is 0. 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. This is already 0. Now, someone would ask, when should I stop? The moment you see that the number here is less than this one. Now look at all these ones. This one is bigger than this one. Even this one is bigger than this one. But this one is far less than this one. So the moment this one is less than this one, because even if you add 0, here now, there will be no number you multiply to get any number that will be less than this one. The least you can get is this, and this is still bigger than this. This is 10,201, or this is 10,110. So the moment this one gets below than this one, you end it here. So you notice that from here now, 1, 2, 2, 2, all over 1, 0, 2, 0, 1 in base 3 equals 0.112 in base 3. Now let's see. I did the same thing. This is 0.112 base 3. This is 0.112 base 3. And remember, this one we converted to base. We converted them to base 10, divide, and then convert it back with the method we got this. For this one, we went direct, and then we got this.